August Windows updates have broken dual boot on some Linux systems. I'm going to start by saying I love the concept of dual booting. I've dual booted and actually triple booted way back in the day. I do not recommend attempting a triple boot. It's incredibly buggy, but the reason why I don't love dual booting is because it did break on me a few times, but a little bit less critically than something like this. And this is really bad and just speaks to how just make sure you keep backups of your software. The August 2024 Windows updates are breaking dual boot on Linux systems with Secure Boot enabled. This is caused by Microsoft's decision to apply a Secure Boot Advanced Targeting update to block Linux bootloaders unpatched against the CVE 2022-2601 Grub 2 Secure Boot bypass vulnerability, which could have an impact on Windows security. I already am going to come forward and say I don't think this is a direct attack against Linux dual boot systems. I think that Microsoft was probably just very slow to fix this problem, and they fixed the problem. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, you would say that, you shill.
Yeah, of course, because I love Microsoft. So while they say that this update has blocked a vulnerability, it should not impact dual boot systems, is what they said. But many Linux users say that their systems running Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Zorin, Puppy, I've never heard of Puppy Linux, apparently it's a lib distro, and other distros no longer boot after installing the Windows update. The only way to revive the device is to disable Secure Boot, install the latest version of their favorite Linux distro, and then re-enable Secure Boot. Microsoft has suggested a fix, which is disable Secure Boot, delete the update, the SBAT update, the Microsoft one, re-enable Secure Boot, and then prevent future SBAT updates. I think the non-Microsoft suggestion seems a little bit easier. Kind of my takeaways, I'm not a dual boot user right now, but I was in the past. One of the reasons I moved away from it was because there were just randomly issues, a lot of times caused by the Linux side, where it'd be like a major Linux update and then it would break my dual boot, or there would be a Microsoft update that would break my dual boot. So dual booters, this probably isn't the first time something's happened to your system. So I always recommend trying to keep 2 separate hard drives. It's nice to just have that separation, but also just make sure you're keeping backups of things. You never know what could impact the other one, and just be aware that it is a little bit more of a finicky workflow sometimes. Pretty easy fix this time around, but just keep this in mind if this is one of your workflows. Thanks for watching this surveillance report clip. This is a clip from our surveillance report podcast where we break down the privacy and security news every single week to keep you as safe as possible. So if you want to check out the full podcast and get all the news, check that out down in the description or click one of the things here to check out the main channel. See you next time.